Inside the Chicano Culture, East LA by Peter Santenello. This should be a fascinating video, my friend. But before I go into that, can I ask you for one thing? If you can leave a like, thank you so much. It's the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description. I don't know that well what Chicano really means. I believe is Mexican American, but I'm watching this to learn more. So let's play it. Long video. I will try to not pause too much.
Hey Andy, what's up, brother? Get out of my way.
See that KAM?
Chicano hieroglyphics. You gotta know how to read them.
Do you feel threatened?
We're going in for a cruise, guys.
Oh, that's comfortable. Guadalupe?
My pops, he was in Vietnam.
Street fine dining, yeah. Now I get it. It's an experience. It's not driving around.
If you don't have a male figure in the household, joining the gang is very inviting.
So when the lady gets into the back seat,
Holy! Oh, that's crazy.
Nice rims. Nice rims.
this is embedded in LA culture. This isn't going anywhere.
Okay, my friends, one quick question. Is the Mexican American culture is more prevalent in LA, California, or in Texas? Actually, I believe both have huge influence, right? By the way, I know a lot of podders. I thought those type of cars was for rappers. I know, that's stupid, André. It is what it is. I saw those cars on clips and they look really cool, not gonna lie.
Good morning, guys. Here in Greater Los Angeles, one of the biggest cultural melting pots in the world. Today I have a very interesting story for you. We're going to go deep into East LA and meet up with a local who's gonna show us Chicano culture.
Okay.
Should be fascinating. I'm excited for this one. Let's do it.
Me too. You guys love LA? I think it's a beautiful place, right? Very famous place also. King Taco. Could be good.
Andy,
Yeah, what's up, brother?
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, brother.
Thank you,
brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
How much of life does this consume? Like,
I have to say it, sorry. Oh my god, why am I saying this? I don't know, but... Yeah, in my city, I cannot drive this car. The amount of holes on the road is no chance. Zero chance. Zero. I cannot. It's impossible. You will be without car in 5 minutes. Not even that.
thank you,
brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
No, but
Appreciate it.
it lives.
Absolutely.
So.
How much of life does this consume? Like this car? Are you thinking about it all the time, or?
All day, every day.
My first language is English.
Okay.
I'm of Mexican descent, but both my parents are born here in California. And people always call you Mexican though, no matter what you tell them. Like, oh no, you know, because
Right.
technically we're all Americans. We're
Remember
all
when we
born
talked
here.
about that?
Yeah, yeah.
Regardless, you can say whatever you want. At the end of the day, you're going to be
What do
considered
you?
Mexican.
What do you want people to call you?
No, I'm fine with Chicano.
I would consider myself Chicano, but my Spanish is very broken. I could get by, I could translate and stuff like that, but my Spanish is horrible.
What do we got here?
It's a pork tamale, part of the Mexican culture right here. It's wrapped in a corn leaf, and it's made out of corn, and it has meat in the center of it.
Mine is just a
Oh,
burrito.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, which
Chicken taco,
got a burrito over here.
Decent.
burrito
That's
happening.
Burrito.
Lengua.
beef tongue.
Beef tongue.
Yeah. Now you gotta ask
Burritos.
people
I love
which do they
Mexican.
prefer the green or the red salsa when they come. You're gonna get people battle it out.
Yeah, I like
Say the green is better or the red is better.
I'm a red
The
salsa
green is a
guy.
little more tangy.
I like them both.
I'm a red guy. This is good though.
Switch them off.
That's what napkin, please.
It's a 64,
64.
65, and a 61.
So explain to us gringos that haven't spent any time in these neighborhoods, like Chicano means...
Chicano is basically somebody who was born of Mexican descent.
Right.
So I'm
Okay.
Chicano.
Right.
My grandparents, they came from Mexico. And my parents were born here. I was born here. So I am of Mexican descent.
Okay, if you are Portuguese and you are born in America, you are Portuguese. No, sorry, that was so bad. Well, let's continue. I might have to cut this part. Sorry, it was a failed joke.
Idea of identity for us here. What do we call ourselves if everyone in America is calling us Mexicans?
So when you see family in Mexico, they're like, you're American.
Of course. Yeah.
And here,
Or Pocho, it could be Pocho.
and here some people say you're Mexican.
Well, yeah, when I travel other places, like, oh, he's Mexican.
Okay.
I could have this same debate with a person of African American descent, right? They
Yeah.
could say, hey, Ronan, my favorite Mexican. And I could say, hey, Joe, my favorite African.
Right.
He's not really gonna like that too much because he's not from Africa. He's an
Gotcha.
American born here of African descent.
Gotcha.
And the same thing goes for Chicanos. We're
Okay, this makes sense. I'm your favorite European, right, my friend? Leave a like if you agree with that. No? Please?
of Mexican descent born in America. That's kind of technical, but
No, it makes sense. Can we walk down here?
yeah, we could walk.
Go.
Well, this is the street that I grew up on. This is the 2400 block of Cincinnati Street. So I have it tattooed on my arm here too.
Okay.
Boyle Heights, 2400 Cincinnati. And my family, when they moved here in the early 1940s, this was an all Jewish neighborhood, and they were some of the first Mexicans to actually come in here.
Wow.
And over time, like in the 50s and the 60s, the neighborhoods really changed, and then they became more Spanish speaking.
So what was it like?
Okay, Mexican
growing
and
up here?
Jews.
It was fun.
Never thought about
Well,
that.
I stood in this house. I used to play here all the time. I have a friend that lived there. This is obviously like the gentrifying of the neighborhood, you know? That writing on the wall, that's the dominant gang in this neighborhood if you want to catch that on your camera.
That's
Across,
the dominant gang?
See the black writing on the wall?
Okay.
And that stands for crazy ass Mexicans. So this is their neighborhood.
How many gangs are around here?
On this side, there's just one. There's that gang. But as soon as we cross the main streets, there's different gangs. On the other side of that street, that's another territory.
Just outside
Oh, yeah, where that blue tent is, that's a whole nother territory.
Okay.
I'm pausing too
On the other
much,
side of that
sorry.
main street, it's another territory. It's a constant struggle for real estate here, you know?
So how do you get real estate? You physically come into
You're talking about on a gang member?
on the gangs, yeah. They physically come into a street and then they tag their
Well, yeah, they start showing tags in their neighborhood, and they start pushing boundaries because they play a different game. They battle it out, you know, with
Okay.
arms and money.
Yep.
The more arms you have, the more money you have, the more power you have, the more you can push, and eventually one stronger entity eats the weaker entity, and then that's how they develop more power.
Recruit.
Correct,
So
yeah.
You can pay people basically like a job.
I wouldn't say it's a job. I think it's just influence, but you can recruit.
Yeah.
The younger people are going to be the ones to recruit, right? Because
Okay.
they're the ones that are most
They probably don't give you health insurance. I'm making an assumption.
influential. If I come around and I'm a guy and I'm older and I have nice cars and I have
Yeah,
women
what's
and
that
I have
guy
jewelry
doing?
and I dress nice, and you're poor and you don't have none of that stuff, you're going to listen to me. I'm going to have a lot of influence over you.
Right.
You're going to be like, oh man, that guy, he's so cool. I want to be like him, you know? So
And then
let's keep walking. We'll walk
Yeah,
around.
yeah. What age do kids start getting into gangs?
I would say towards the end of elementary school into junior high, so probably as young as 10 to 12 people
Okay.
get into gangs. Down here, I don't even want to go down there, but there's a liquor store down there. You know, I've had a couple friends over there get shot, so even though that liquor store might be closer, I'd always go to a liquor store that's further away because if I know that there's drama over there, then
You don't want to go down there now?
No, I don't.
Really?
I'm fine. Yeah.
So you
it's,
feel-
it's a hot area, you know? I don't
So you feel it block by block, pretty much.
from out of maturity.
Okay, my friends, how true is this? Is LA really this bad in terms of gangs and stuff like that? Because I don't like this.
I can foresee consequences that people can't see, and I already know all the bad stuff that happens over there. I'm just
Gotcha.
gonna stay away. So I
Gotcha.
respect those guys and what they do. I just don't need to be
Gotcha.
in the mix right
A
there.
lot of it is
No, this
about
guy is
respect,
fine, right?
all about respect.
Everything.
I think that in most impoverished neighborhoods, people don't have a lot of money. They don't have items, materialistic things. All they have is their respect. All they have is their reputation.
Right.
So that's a big part of the community.
This is impoverished, you're saying, but I haven't seen, from driving in here, just the little walk we've done, I haven't seen one homeless person.
Wow, this is an interesting thing. Currently, right now, I live in the jungles in the Crenshaw district, right?
Okay.
The jungle.
The homeless people hang out where they have the opportunity to beg and get money. What you gonna get here from? What are you gonna get from these people?
Right.
They're
That's a
gonna
great
be
point.
here. That's why there's no homeless people here.
Honestly, in other words, even the homeless people don't want to live there. No, that's a crazy neighbor. No chance.
Right.
This is it.
You were
Another
saying
thing-
too in the restaurant, though, you were saying something.
That, I mean, for the most part, I mean, just look around. You won't see really Mexicans begging. You won't see them. You're gonna see them working.
Yeah, they'll get to work.
I like that.
Windows, sweep your driveway,
They,
whatever.
you won't see them beg. That's one thing that you won't do. I mean,
Okay.
look around. You got someone there.
Yeah, so in Santa Monica, there most likely would be some sleeping bag or someone.
Yeah, I can't
You know,
speak for any
going
other race, but
horizontal.
I mean,
No, there's probably a few homeless people here. I've had people who lived in my alley when I lived here. The energy here is like get out and hustle, find something to do, get some money, go collect cans, go sell something,
Okay.
you know?
and they're selling clothes, you know,
Okay.
if used or not, they're selling clothes. This lady's selling chips. So everybody's doing something.
They're all hustling. They're
all
doing
hustling,
what they can.
you
Even over
know?
there, there's a lady over there on that corner. Look.
corner.
Right.
She's selling something
She's
too.
got some churros over there.
So I think
Trying.
I don't know if it's a pride thing. We just don't ask. We don't ask for a handout. You know, we don't do that. You know, you work for your money.
I was not
dogs.
aware of this side of America, I have to admit.
The LA dog
The LA dog with bacon.
Oh, I would eat that.
on the walls.
Right. There we go. Guadalupe.
Yeah. I got the Mexican flag and the American flag.
Oh wow.
Within the Guadalupe.
So that's
It's a cool
the.
My
tattoo,
grandfather and them
actually.
working in the fields.
I like it.
And then my pops, he was in Vietnam. And that's the blend of the culture.
Wow. So even in your tat, you have
It's really cool.
The story, yeah.
50-50 there.
Yeah.
See that KAM?
KAM.
Yeah.
And
So
the tags are like the Chicano hieroglyphics, you know? You gotta know how to read them to know where you are. Of course, to you, they mean nothing. But
Right.
To us that grew up here,
So what does that mean when you see KAM?
it's a gang.
Okay. So it means don't go over there? Or?
no, they're letting you know where you're at.
Yeah, they're just marking
Okay.
their territory.
Yeah.
They're letting the other gangs know. This
Okay.
is their section.
strong, yeah.
Yeah. The macho way, too, though, is always to be showing strength. You know, you always have to... It's like the dominant gorilla or the dominant tiger. It's like, get out my way.
Yeah, you can.
You know, my wife and I haven't gotten married yet. We've gotten married yet by the government,
Yeah.
but we haven't had our actual wedding because the pandemic started.
Maybe you come here.
Here we go.
Come here, man.
We'll be your witness.
Terra Santa. You got some cool old buildings here.
The symbol of the two-headed serpent, the mother goddess.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a dope building. I love this old 50s style where they go glass and like curve it. So tell me about the street art, guys. Big thing in Chicano culture, or just
Yeah.
just being in East LA, or what's the story
I
there?
think there always been artistic, creative people.
Right.
How many museums
They kind of own the entire city. Is this normal?
are in Mexico? How much art, you know? So
Right.
this looks like Mexican calaveras, day to day.
All Mexican.
So people sell everything and anything.
Mexican caravel? What's...
This looks like Mexican calaveras,
Calaveras, okay. Skulls, okay.
day to day art.
So people sell everything and anything.
Cuando andan en la calle, a lot of people, they have their disagreements with gentrification, right?
Yeah.
But when we were out here hustling, doing illegal stuff or doing legal stuff, and we had the opportunity with a bunch of money, we should have bought the land. We should have bought the land when we had the opportunity, you know? The tension is gonna come when the residents of a different cultural background move in and they don't assimilate or understand this culture.
Right. But that's always happened, right?
That's always gonna happen.
It was Jews, Russians,
It evolves, yeah, it changes.
Japanese,
Mexican.
Mexican,
Yeah.
and something will be next. It's just a matter of time,
Yeah,
right?
something will be next. I hope that if that is true, then that shows that the Los Angeles Mexican community is showing progression and evolution,
Yep.
and that we're going to better places. We
Gotcha.
deserve that for ourselves too.
Gotcha.
We've been here 50 years or
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
I wish
Going
them
in
all
for
the
a cruise,
best.
guys.
Always getting the girls' dresses, man.
Oh, that's comfortable.
Okay, let's see the cars.
Yep.
I paid for this.
Gotcha.
That's optional. Here in a lowrider, I'm not gonna be speeding or anything, but as long as you
Peter
don't sit on the
Santenello.
buckles.
Oh, there we
Having
go.
his best life.
lifting in the back end.
With the other homies.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Murals. Synagogue. It's not in use anymore, huh? Look at this. A lot of color out here. A lot of beautiful style. Go right over to this house. This would be old, right? 20s, maybe 30s. And then the beauty of California. Look at that tree. Wow.
California seems beautiful, to be honest.
Okay, we're going up. Okay.
Oh boy.
Don't know if you guys can see it on the video, but he's lowering, raising the back, the front.
Oh, that's great technology.
Right?
Yeah, I got front, back, side to side.
There you go. What's a kit like this cost to do all the hydraulics?
At the end of the day, well, these are airbags.
5,000.
Okay, airbags.
So, the end of the day, I spent about $5,000.
I thought that's not too crazy.
It's not.
I thought it was more,
did go
actually.
crazy and buy a lot of upgrades.
I said 5,000, but I was going low.
This is the Hollenbeck police station over here. To your right.
Okay, talk about those
Oh,
relations.
boy.
How are they right now?
Between
Cops and the people.
you know, the LAPD is just trying
Be
to
honest.
do their job too, you know, but the criminals are trying to do their job too, so you have that conflict. Criminals here, they're
No chance he said that. Oh my god. Okay, this video will piss off some people, I have a feeling. But the guy basically said, you know, police doing their job. Criminals also doing their job. So, you know, it's a place where everyone tries their best. Makes sense? No, but it's fun. Oh boy.
you know, the LAPD is just trying to do their job too, you know, but the criminals are trying to do their job too, so you have that conflict.
Right.
Criminals
That's a
here,
wild
they're
thing to
nothing
say.
to mess with, but the cops are nothing to mess with either. They're tough cops too, you know.
They haven't gotten soft?
I don't think so, no.
That police station right there, the Hollenbeck police station, is the one that they captured Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, serial killer, where he made the worst mistake of his life by coming to
East LA.
Boyle Heights, East LA, and then the neighborhood just captured him. Early 80s?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a kid back then, but he was over here terrorizing.
All over Southern California. So this is the Mariachi Plaza area. It's like
Oh, this is beautiful, man.
beautiful landscape
With the
city.
backdrop. It's plush. It's okay. It's plush. It's thick foam. Lots of springs. It's a comfortable experience. They don't make those anymore, huh? The seats like that.
When I was a teenager, I used to hang out in front of my house. There was this dope dealer who used to pass by my house all the time, and he had a 65 convertible. And every time he would pass by, I would stare at his taillights. And that's what made me fall in love with this year. It's the 65 taillight.
To be honest, this is
66
really cool.
We're different.
The 66 have, yes, they're different. They have square lights in the back.
So you knew from a kid on you wanted the 65.
65 was my favorite.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about the Chicano culture. I was making a couple of jokes, and I believe probably, I would say maybe most people are fine. The thing with the, you know, the gangs and stuff, of course, I don't like that. But this part, I really like it. I think it's really cool.
How to get a 65. You take the body off the frame and you redo everything. You
Gotcha.
remove all the rust. change
This
all
is
the
art,
bolts,
to be honest.
you know.
You know, why am I saying to be honest so many times?
Do non-Chicanos roll in these?
Yes.
We're actually
Lowriding is the sport, it's the culture. There's people, there's white people, there's a lot of brothers, black guys that do it, Asians. It's worldwide now.
So when you guys all get together, say the Asians and you got the card, you got that connection.
Yeah,
it's all Brotherhood, right? It's
Yeah.
like Harleys, maybe.
Like, yeah, exactly like Harley's. Yeah.
Okay.
You go to, if you're, what they say, if you're feeling lonely, go to those places where you have things in common with people. And then you come and cars are what you have in common. So regardless of your ethnic background, if he meets another guy and he's from Russia and he has a 65 Impala too, they're gonna bond on that right away.
They're brothers.
There's an
It's
automatic
talk
bond,
about
an
that, yeah.
automatic connection.
And then
It'll-
politics, religion, none of that
None
matters.
of that,
right?
exactly.
What would you guys say the biggest challenges are now, say in East LA?
what he was talking about, gentrification. I just think just the people preserving the culture here.
Right.
I've already been to like Echo Park. I've been to, you know, Northeast LA, and it's already changing a lot. I think people still here want to preserve what they have.
What's really important too is to also, what helps with videographers like yourself, right, is that you're showcasing a different side of culture. You're showing that the people are artistic, they're intelligent.
They seem really
they
cool
like
people.
to do performing arts. They you know, this is artwork too. This is not just a car. This is artwork, you know, because a lot of times stereotypically in movies, when me working as an actor, it's drug dealer, cartel member, prisoner number one, gang member, thug. So the stereotypical image of people around the world, that's what they think.
Yeah.
You know, but but people love the culture, Mexican culture, you know? I remember when I was in South Africa, and the guy, he's looking at my tattoos, and he's like, hey man, where you from? And I told him, I'm from Boyle Heights, I'm Chicano. He's like, oh, Chicano, like Carlos Santana, you know? Like, I like that he had a positive perspective on that, you know?
Santana's one of the best representatives, huh? Everyone loves him.
He's a good representation.
You see the lights in the back? 65.
Thank you.
You get that all day?
Yes, sir.
The reason I love doing this is every culture I go into, I learn something.
Yes.
I can learn something from everyone. Doesn't matter how, like, what background, where from, any of that. I'll learn something today that will
Real talk, big fan of Peter Santenello works. I think he's amazing.
add to me.
And that's the great thing about the internet too, because you're not only...
Actually, another more thing. I have a playlist if you want to see all my reactions to his videos. Long videos similar to this one, but if you have a couple of hours, you probably can watch all of them.
Learning, but you're teaching your viewers.
Yes.
All your subscribers, they're becoming multicultural by watching your videos.
Thanks guys for watching, because then I can do this.
Hey,
I can do
Comment,
this
like, and subscribe.
I never say that, to be honest. I feel like if someone likes it, they'll do it.
Yeah, they will. So we'll walk up.
Oh,
on
this
top
is
here.
this is
You can
cool.
see all these guys, and we'll talk about it up here.
This is really
This is
cool.
a typical style like plaza you'd see in Mexico.
Okay.
In the center of any small town
That's
or even
cool.
large town, you see plazas all in different
beautiful.
parts of Mexico. I'd come down here when I was a kid, but it was a lot more different when I was a child up here. Now
So it's gotten safer since you were a kid.
much safer. And here you can see all the mariachis here. They're here for hire. They're here for work. So if you
They're taking a break right now, or are they actually gonna do?
You can walk up. Some of them are probably taking a break, but if you wanted to hire them, like let's say for your wedding, you're gonna have a wedding at this chapel, and then you want to have some live music in your backyard, you can come talk to them and negotiate with them and see if they're available that day, that time.
In a way, it's a bit old school here. You don't go online. You actually just walk down to the plaza.
Exactly.
Mariachi performers, musicians, taking a
that's
break for
cool.
hire.
Taking a break right now, just eating before we go to play.
Oh, those are the guys that
Very cool,
I like
very
that.
cool. Hasta luego.
Okay.
You know, give them a
Hasta la
ride
vista.
from the house to the church. And so when the lady gets into the back seat, she goes, I remember the back seat. We used to come back here when we were teenagers. Oh, she was an older lady. She said it in
Yeah,
Spanish.
dude.
That's funny. And then you're basically downtown, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Boyle Heights is the border between downtown and Los Angeles. It's like East Central.
I like the buildings, by the way.
Very
They are really
fascinating
cool.
sliver of Los Angeles. I've never seen it all. It obviously feels like the U.S., but it feels like another country at the same time. And very colorful, very distinct, very flavored. Like there's a very strong identity you can feel here. That I respect those places because the people that hold their cultures aren't pushed over easily, and I always respect that. Some places fold easily, others stay strong, and this is one of those places that has that feeling of just like it knows what it is, it knows who it is. And I've only been here for a few hours, so I can't speak like I'm any expert. But there's a foundation, let's say. It's very cool. That's the vibe I get from here so far.
I get some good looking women, and then I get some okay looking women doing photo shoots in my car, and she gets mad.
Your wife?
Yeah.
I missed it with the camera, but we've had quite a few ladies screaming out. So the car is
Really?
basically like a Tinder device, right?
It's your calling card.
That beautiful row of palms, so Southern California.
Even if you have the last Mercedes here in Portugal, women will not scream at you. My friend, quick pause on this one. First of all, hope you are enjoying the video. If that's the case, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe. But let me share with you one thing. I have a Patreon community where I put content almost every day, a lot of early access videos. So if you want to get them, go to my Patreon, link on my description. And this is of course a good way to support the channel. That said, let's continue with this one and I hope you have fun. Not that I want women screaming at me and I don't have the last Mercedes, so impossible.
So what happens when someone gives you a door ding?
Oh, that's
When you give them a ding. It was just a conversation.
That's the off video
get a ding in the
conversation.
face, huh? This is the 5 freeway. Boyle Heights is a unique.
Oh, right up there.
Yeah, Boyle Heights itself is a unique part of the city because it's surrounded by the 60, the 5, the 10, and the 101 freeway. So it's a part of the city, but it's kind of disconnected from the city as well. So that's what makes it unique because it's surrounded by freeways. So like it's an island surrounded by freeways.
So nobody really comes to the island from the outside. I haven't seen one tourist in here or like.
That might be true. Yeah. Usually it's just people that are locals, or people that have lived here before. You know?
Right. Ernie's parents somewhere in the concrete, as in their signatures.
Well, that's back in my parents' days here.
What do you got there, Andy?
We're not too far from there, but this is where we're gonna.
White fence and oldest gang in LA, the 3 or 4 generation. If you remember, they were the ones that threatened that lady DA last
Sean Penn and
What movie is this?
this is Colors.
Yeah, I just was sad.
You see the arches? We're gonna pass by right now. We're not too far from there. White Fence is a gang.
Is that one of the big ones?
It's old, one of the older ones. Yeah, probably from the 20s or the 30s.
So why did you guys never get into this? I mean, there's so much gang culture around here. You don't have to answer this.
I never joined a gang because my father, he went to Vietnam and he said I didn't have to join a gang to see what it was like to stab someone with my bayonet.
Is that the big challenge growing up out here, like how to avoid the gang? Or
I think the lack of a male figure in the household, if you don't have a male figure in the household, joining a gang is very inviting. Because you're meeting somebody
That's
who's older
probably
than you,
true.
who's a figure that you want to identify with. Because all boys are looking for someone to identify with.
But it's that simple. If you have a strong father figure, then your chances of joining a gang are much lower.
If you have a strong positive, positive male role model, I think that
I don't think it's just male role model, to be honest. I think if you have a great mother and great grandpas, great, a family. Of course, having a father is super important. Don't get me wrong, but I think if you have a great core, you probably will stay away of a lot of problems. I don't think it's just having a great father, even though that's really important.
It makes a big difference, So it matters. It matters,
A lot of people, it's just from the generations, like their father's father was from the gang, and it just gets, it just trickles down into the kids, So,
but that has to do with the positive role model too, because if your grandfather was in a gang and then your father was in a gang, then maybe somehow you feel inclined to join the gang because it feels almost like a tradition.
This
So the movie
can be
business
true
what?
in
The
a
movie
weird
business
way.
became an option for me after I had got caught up in the drug business.
Okay.
So I was involved in that when I was younger, and I realized that it's true what they say. You got death or prison. Most of my friends that I grew up with, they're no longer living, and a few of them are never getting out of jail.
Okay.
So
That's kind of sad. Can we agree that, it's a tough life, to be fair.
I had to make that choice in myself, and
What age did you make that choice?
I was probably about 24.
Okay.
And I was facing 20 years in jail,
Oh,
so
wow.
I chose to make a change. I got really lucky. I had a really great lawyer. I saved a lot of my money, and I was able to buy a good lawyer.
Lawyers.
But in that moment, I had to make the choice: is this what I want to do, or do I want to change?
Okay.
And I got the option to start in the motion picture business. I started working for the writer-director Mark Brown, but he gave me an opportunity. I worked for him as an intern. Then I started doing background. The first movie I did was Hancock with Will Smith.
Okay. Nice.
And I did like assistant camera. I was a production assistant for 2 years for Judge Judy and Judge Joe Brown at KTLA.
Okay.
And I did Insurgent,
That's amazing.
Divergent, Allegiant, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Black Panther. Acting is what I enjoy doing the most though.
Okay.
In July, I was fortunate to book a pilot and made more money than I've ever made in my life. So I'm gonna reinvest
Good
that
for you.
and do more acting.
Cool.
It's easy to go back and do the same thing. It's hard to do something that you've never done before.
Yeah.
Good on him.
It's scary, but you just gotta have faith and trust.
Was your dad supporting you then when you made that transition? Was he there? Or?
Yeah, he was proud of me. They didn't really understand what I was doing in the movie business in the beginning,
Okay.
but a good parent is never gonna want that kind of life for their child.
Right. Right.
You know? And he knew what I was doing when I was doing negative stuff, and he would have serious conversations with me like, hey man, you gotta watch out, look out, you know, give me. It's like he knew I was gonna do the bad anyway, so he tried to be supportive of the bad also. It's kind of
Interesting psychology, huh?
Yeah. Like,
and if he was super hard on you, maybe you would have gotten worse.
well, then if he was super hard, I probably wouldn't have been so transparent with it. It was better for me to be transparent with him and him give me information that was gonna allow me to succeed, than for me to act like if nothing was happening
happy
and
for
he
him.
knew something was happening.
Gotcha.
It was a better relationship, and it was like that with my mother as well too. So at the end of the day, at the end of the story, they're happy that I've changed my life. I'm happy that I changed my life.
Of course.
I think that it's a good example because there's other kids that come from this community, and you can evolve. You know, you can teach yourself.
So you think there's a lot of opportunity for kids if they're into drugs and selling drugs right now? You think there's a possibility, like there is opportunity?
Yeah, there's just a lack of education. I would say that you have a better shot of being successful long term if you try to apply yourself to be a pharmacist than to be a drug dealer. Because a pharmacist is technically a legal drug dealer, right?
Yeah, sure.
And now if you're a pharmacist, you're doing
less stressful.
You're just not gonna have that conflict with the law, you know? Like breaking the law is there's a lot of people that do it, but that's not the only way. And sometimes all you
And sooner or later, you know, I think there will be a reality check, and so I agree with him basically. But yeah,
you just need to be showing that there's other ways. All my bills are paid for from working in the entertainment business.
Right.
So am I successful? I don't do nothing. I don't have to do anything like I used to do in the past. So to me, that's success. Now the level of success is going to change. Of course, we're always going to be striving for more. If you're a person with ambition, you know, you don't want to pay rent forever. Obviously, you want to own. You just want to live the kind of life that you want. But that's what success is. That's what I try to tell them. Success is subjective. It's not really the big car or the big house. You know.
I agree. For me, it was get as much experience before the age of 40 that I could, way before the material. Like to see as many countries, to live in different places, and there were sacrifices involved. Nobody gave it to me. But that was like, okay, by 40 I have to have that earned, and then I felt success there. Now I feel success doing this, and it will be something down the road.
Of course, but it's always changing.
I think giving, I don't know if I'm going to put this on camera or not, but giving, raising frequency in society instead of deteriorating it, instead of pulling it down. You know what I mean? Like adding to someone, which therefore adds to their life, they add to other people's lives.
that's a great perspective.
This is a hot area because this is right here. You have Barrio Evergreen, which is a old neighborhood too, and then on this side you have the guys from Barrio White Fence. So this street right here, 4th Street, you have a lot of conflict right here too.
I've seen a lot of helicopters today.
Oh yeah,
police helicopters.
Yeah, they're always scanning the area over here and letting their presence be known too. They've been doing that for years.
Okay, so are they primarily getting like people that outsped the cops?
They're just surveying the area all the time and then letting their presence be known.
Patrolling by air.
Yeah, patrolling by air.
We kind of got used to it. So when we would hear like at 10, 11 o'clock at night, almost every single night, it would actually put us to sleep.
Down this street right here.
So we got used to it. No, it's weird, yeah.
Wow.
So here's under the bridge.
Okay.
White noise in a weird way.
Colors was a big movie because it changed gang culture all the way across America, you know?
Okay. But I can see a lot of the graffiti has been covered up.
Right.
They covered it up.
Snoop Dogg.
And that's East Los Angeles, and this is Boyle Heights, this side. That's the difference. Indiana splits the two sides of the neighborhood. Yeah.
Ernie, you ever let anyone else drive this car?
Not even my girlfriend.
Never, huh?
But you
Not
know,
happening, huh?
I made a mistake one time. I was doing a music video, and the girl they asked me to let her drive, and my wife didn't like it. As she should, you know, she got mad at me. But I made that mistake once. Never make the same mistake twice.
All right, little pit stop here.
This is my friend Armando. He owns and operates this shop, National Garage number 2, right here on the corner of Roslyn and 8th Street in Boyle Heights.
Quality auto repair, very competitive pricing.
Yeah.
National Garage Auto, yep.
You're a trustworthy auto mechanic?
Yes.
I got roped into a promotional video, but I'm gonna go with it.
You need a good mechanic, good lawyer, and a good doctor.
What about a wife?
A wife too.
At National Garage, they actually have a new restroom.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's ever happened at an auto shop in the history.
Ladies are welcome.
Okay, now everyone needs to come.
Look at that.
Look at that. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
good.
this is trustworthy. I'm in.
A smart mechanic will listen to the engine.
All right, Nate.
Yeah.
We'll tell you exactly what's wrong with it.
All right, guys, take it easy.
All right, gracias.
Thank you.
And this is East LA. They love lowriders everywhere you go, you know?
I gotta say, it's fun. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah,
just
it's
cruising is like it's not like you're driving. You're just sort of like floating through the streets.
An
with your
experience
buddies
for
type
sure.
thing. Right? Is that what it is?
That's the culture.
I get it now. I get it.
Some boys.
Taco truck.
I thought it was Tupac. I don't know a lot about rap, but I believe I recognize Tupac voice.
So for those of you who have never been to LA, it's all about the taco truck. People know when a lowrider's coming in. It's like a plane landing, right? Yo quiero dos tacos, pollo. Por favor. No pollo. Carne.
No pollo?
Pastor, cabeza.
Pastor.
¿Qué pasa, hermano?
Dos.
Cilantro, cebolla, chile.
Chile, sí.
Chile.
Exquisitos. Two more tacos, fripa, no chile.
Here we go.
Four more,
Muchas
tripa
gracias.
pastor.
Fantastic food truck culture. These
Parece
guys are
muy
awesome.
bueno.
We got all this food here. This was like $14. Dollar tacos. Unbelievable.
$5. I got 3 tacos and horchata. $5. That's pretty good.
Unbelievable.
That's really good,
Street
yeah.
fine dining, yeah. The other place was good, but this might be next level.
This is straight to the street right here, you know?
Right.
You got their Instagram right there, Los Tacos El Peca.
There we go. Yeah, vacuum out of control. This is great.
This is the perfect plate right here, see? It's
Oh,
perfect
that,
plate.
okay, that looks good. Kebab.
Gracias. A lot of color, a lot of creativity, a lot of good food. This is a very interesting neighborhood, I gotta say.
The food was good.
And doing it in the lowrider, that's a first. I never understood
Amazing.
it really. It just looked like people.
Oh, I
hanging
love
out in
this
the car.
video.
Now I get it. It's an
Hey, by the way, stop everything you are doing right now. Pay attention, please. We are in the Peter Santenello video, 32 minutes in. Everyone watching. Anyone, not everyone. I mean, everyone will be perfect, but anyone watching the video. If so, leave me the number 32, 32 in the comments, please. No, but jokes aside, I want to know if, people stay the entire video or they just watch a couple of minutes and that's it.
experience. It's not driving
Means a lot
around,
to me.
It's like a good bonding, fun, unique experience. I was just
Great
saying,
video
I
so
bet
far.
nobody wears a hockey hat in East LA, and this guy, Los Angeles Kings, yeah?
No, rent, bro. There you go.
Wearing a Kings hat. I think he's just liking the hat.
When I grew up right here, you had to be careful what team you wear because, so I'm from Cincinnati Street, you have guys from Michigan Street, you guys from Chicago Street, so we would identify each other by different sections,
Thank you.
by the teams and sports jerseys that you wear.
So what if you come in with a Florida Panthers hat?
Well, it depends on what, that's ambiguous here. It's like, it doesn't
they
make
don't
no
care.
sense.
Okay.
But if you're wearing something that's common like Chicago or Michigan, and we have streets named after that, then they're gonna recognize it.
Can I ask, what's the neck tattoo here?
My dad. And we did about 7-8 hours on this my neck, man. Thankfully, no, we still have them.
I'm feeling the vibe. Oh, that's a pickup that probably lifts. Oh, it's great. Oh, that's cool. A taxi. Oh, everyone have one of those. What? Always a wagon.
Cameras on cameras on cameras.
I dig this.
But it's just a cool like communal get together with friend type thing.
Pretty much what it is.
Nice.
Oh, this is a
Like I
show.
said, you got kids here.
That's why everyone
You
have
got the
this.
families here. You know how that goes. Yeah. They forget about it. Yeah.
What Barbie you want?
Guys, hop in.
Okay, that's going too far, my friend. Oh, this one is cool. Oh,
That thing is sweet.
oh, that's cool.
Beautiful.
Ooh, I dig this one. I dig this one.
There's a lot of work in this paint.
Oh, the color on this
What
is
it's all about
beautiful.
is what sets your car apart from the next person's car, you know?
And so this looks like it's
valid just as
a
all
tribute to.
a mural, yeah.
Oh, this, okay, I dig this.
Look at that one. It's right on the ground.
Oh. Oh, it's back.
Just hopping around.
Hydraulics.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Karosha. Oh, that's great.
Cops are coming through. City. Nice rims.
Out,
Nice
cops,
rims.
out.
They just
What
come
the-
in, make sure there's nothing bad happening, and
There's not, I mean, do you feel threatened?
no, zero.
To be honest, if I'm in this chair and you put me right there, I was like, oh my god, what the hell I'm doing here? I don't look Mexican, right? Yeah. Well, Russian, same thing. I'm not Russian. Stop with that.
He's got the whole family out.
Yeah.
I don't think so, bro.
Oh, now we have some motorcycles. It's so
You'll
small.
catch everybody here. You know, you'll catch Samoans, Cambodians. I've seen Cambodians in here.
Portuguese.
The brothers will be up in here. Yeah, you catch everybody in here. I mean, we don't. There's no discrimination when it comes to this culture right here. They're all part of it. You know, they're part of the West Coast culture.
They try to recreate it other places, though, right?
They do it, and they do it. They know how to do it as well. You know, Las Vegas does it, Arizona does it, Texas does it.
Oh,
they do it in other
Texas.
places, but I mean, I think, and people will argue, this is where it was born.
Yeah.
You know, but
It's where it's the biggest culture, right?
yeah, I think San Diego also. I think it's
Okay.
it originated down there as well, but.
This lady's just out for a cruise.
When you hear the Spanish music, like for example this right here,
Yeah.
those are called corridos. Corridos are basically it's a drug ballad.
A drug ballad?
Yeah.
Oh
they're
no, the car got stuck on that. Oh, he's stuck in that position. That's bad.
probably singing about a drug dealer or
Oh.
a drug dealer situation or someone big in that business. You know what I mean?
Do the dealers pay for the song or something?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. They do pay for the songs. There's some
But
where
they had a movie.
the groups will just make it for them, and
Like
commemorating them or.
Okay.
So if you hear a lot of the Spanish music here in this scene, that's also street That's also street music, but it's in Spanish. It's like you could say it's rap. What the rap music's talking about in English, it's in Spanish. And then some of them are just about love. We're not only drug dealers, we're also lovers.
Okay, I mean,
A lot of
I
emotion.
suspect that.
We're passionate about everything we do.
That's a gangster. Holy!
So guys, we had to get away from the noise to get some audio here.
There's been more peace in between the gangs. I think there's been more peace.
Eu até lá dos artworks, I'm sorry,
Right here, you don't have anybody asking anybody else where they're from, which was the question back in the day. Where are you from? Meaning, what gang are you associated with? So that's not happening here.
So they'd get pretty violent before.
So back in the day, you know, in the 90s when we used to go cruising, in the early 2000s, you could not cross paths with somebody else, you know.
Okay.
And that's not me. That's just friends that I had that, you know, had those situations, or if I was with them and they didn't like that neighborhood, there'd be shootings, and you couldn't cruise like this anymore. I think there's been more peace in between. I mean, if you notice, there's families here, so you're not gonna see anybody asking each other, you know, where they're from, what gang they're from, or worried about anything. They're here for the car culture.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. So when
I
you
like
have unity,
the
this
car
is what you see.
culture.
You know, you're not from here, you don't look like us, but did you ever feel threatened?
Zero.
Right?
Yeah,
So
everyone was cool.
so everybody, that's what it's all about. This is
To be honest, he's asking that a lot of times.
embedded in LA culture. This
Yeah.
is embedded. This isn't going anywhere.
Right.
So as long as there's peace, you know what I mean? So that's what I've noticed.
Thank you guys. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
checking out the
Jokes aside, that was awesome.
I want to drop a few takeaways.
I'm a fan of Chicano
cruising
culture.
around in a lowrider is a lot of fun. Like I never thought of anything of it looking at it from afar, but now I'm like, that's fun. Secondly, that people have fun together.
Yeah.
I didn't feel much fear today in the neighborhood. I'm saying with the pandemic, probably people had masks, but I just feel like life is sort of normal in your culture from what I felt.
People want to feel normal. People want to do normal things, you know, to get
Oh,
away
this
from
was around
thinking
the
that
pandemic.
There's a
Okay.
pandemic going on, you know, so people want to do stuff that makes them feel normal, you know, as you can tell here.
I'm gonna leave both your guys' Instagrams down below. You're both doing cool stuff. Your photography.
I'm a photographer. Yeah, this is one thing that I like shooting. I like just shooting Southern California.
But your shots, I would say more than this. Your photos have a real feel to them, and like they always say, 1,000 words, right? A picture's 1,000 words.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you there's like a soul. I think you're more than just cars. You're like get the feel of a place.
The people, you know, you
Focus
can get the
LA.
pictures of the cars, but the people that built them, or the culture around it, the people that make up this culture, they're beautiful people. You know, you just gotta know how to capture it. You know? Yeah, the people is what makes my shots. Not so much the cars. I like the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To Ronan, Ernie, and Andy.
Yeah, Ernie's the man.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming along. Just a little peek into a culture most of us don't have much of an understanding about. And what I love the most is well connected. It just feels like a family, a
This was
tribe.
fun. Would you guys agree?
It's festive. It's very unique. Loved it. Now the light is pretty much gone, so I'm gonna end this video. Thanks for coming along.
Hey, leave a like,
Until
my
the next
friends,
one.
if you like this type of content. Japan? Chicanos in LA? Japan? Oh, this is some good content to take a look. Oh, I'm becoming white. I'm already white, but you guys get the point. Okay, well, leave me the number 32 if you enjoy this type of videos, if you end up watching until the end. And thank you so much, my friend. And that's it for today, my friends. Hope you end up enjoying this video. If that's the case, do not forget to leave a like. Also consider to subscribe if you are new to my channel. And also let me remember you about one thing. I have a Patreon community. I put videos there a bit earlier than I put on YouTube. So if you want to support me and have access to early content, go to my Patreon. I will leave a link on my description. Take a look at that. You can also scan the QR code you will be seeing here. And that's it.